Hi, Take 5 group. It's Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa. I hope I'm on live. It says I am. We'll see. And I'm happy to see everybody here. If you're here, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. And this is showing Christina's here. Good job, Christina. All right, so I am live. Let's do a project with essential stencils and a couple of fun items. So let's get started. I'm hoping my earphones work all the way through, but let me bring up my other camera and we will see where we are today. I had it up far because I had a bigger project yesterday and I need to arrange it for some reason. I'm backwards. Hi, Donna. Hi to Melanie. Melanie's up next with Painting Crafty. So don't know what happened to that thing. There we go. Okay. I think I've got it situated a little bit. We're going to use this sled. Isn't this a cute wooden sled? This is 1/4-inch wood sled from Woodpeckers. I do believe that's where I got it. I base coated it white. I haven't done the back nor all the sides, but I will get to that. We are going to use this essential stencil. Let me see. I want to do probably, I'm just going to go here and just do solo. I'm going to do this. I have to rearrange my life because I'm used to going backwards and all of that. So here is the stencil that I'm going to use today for part of this sled. And then we're going to put it with this stencil. This is called Sleigh Rides, 25 cents. This is essential stencil as well. You see where the name of it is there, Vintage Sleigh Rides. And I have this beautiful wood plaque that's like slatted. That's what I wanted to say. So I'm going to use a bunch of different colors and we're just going to make it look really cute. So I want to work on the sled first. And I am going to use the Harlequin. I am going to use on a certain part of the sled. So what I want to do is put this down on the sled and decide where I want it to go. I want it to go even, so let's go even. I'm going to use some tape and I am going to I keep hearing myself talk, so it's driving me nuts. I got to figure out something else. So I want the Harlequin, and I don't need it there, so that's good. I want to make a kind of a like a snow cap or a fur cap on the edge of this sled. So I'm going to tape this like this so I don't get it on this parts. And I don't think I want any on that the top of that right there. So we'll do just a little bit right there, just so I don't mess it up. And then I don't want any on the bottom rung, on the bottom thing. I want it straight across here. Okay, so only this part right here is going to be Harlequin. All right, and I think we're going to go with a green and white and have the other stuff red on the top. So I'm going to use, I have a white brush over here, so I still going to use it. So I'm going to just keep it over there. I'm going to use Christmas Green. Christmas Green is from Apple Barrel. Apple Barrels are thin paints, so you want to be very careful, and you want to make sure that when you stencil, you use a dry brush. So I am working to get a paper towel here. It's being difficult. There we go. Got a paper towel. And I want a stencil brush, and these are pretty big, so I might use a large, I'm going to use a 5/8 essential stencil brush. You notice it's very flat. Okay, that's what you want for a stencil brush. Firm but givable. All right. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paint, dip my paintbrush in that paint, and get it on the bottom of that flat brush, and then I'm going to move it around on the plate so it goes up into the bristles. Okay, and I'm with my paper towel, I'm going to just it's called offload, so I don't have too much paint on there. You want it really dry. That's one thing about stenciling, you need it dry. And let's make this really cute Harlequin sled. And I'm using a circular motion, adding some more paint, using a circular motion so that I get in all the areas. I'm going to go back for right and left. So I appreciate everybody being here. It looks like, hey, Jeannie, and Donna's here, and Wendy is here, and Mary is here. Awesome. Thank you guys for being here today. I noticed that everybody else isn't saying too much about comments, but I wanted to at least say hi to everybody. I tried StreamYard yesterday on my live, and my earpods lost connection, or they really ran out of battery, I think. And so I got that screen, so I'm hoping, I didn't even open them up until just now, and that's 100%, so hopefully that'll work. So there we have the outline of our sled. Isn't that cute? And it gave me time, gave me room to put the red on there. So I'm going to use some crimson chalk paint. And I'm going to use most of the stuff that's in the top of the thing here. And I want to use a flat brush. And I'm just going to use what's in the top. And I'm going to go along the top here to make this look like a little cover on this sled. This is going to be so cute. I'm going to love it. So my paint, or my tape, excuse me, made a good line for me to follow. And so I'm going to try to follow that as carefully as possible. I might turn this a bit so I can have a eye towards it. Make it carefully done. There we go. That turned out good. All right, let's see if I can do the rest here. So the edges of this one, I will make sure that they're red, and make sure I have these edges really good around here. Let's just do that. So we're gonna make sure we have edges red. Hope everybody's been having a great Friday. It's a holiday here in Nevada. It's Nevada Day. So banks are closed, schools are closed, all of that stuff. So my son also has a day off, so I haven't had the girls, and we are being very quiet around our house, which I have enjoyed today. I even got to sleep pretty well last night, which hasn't been happening too much lately. So anyway, so I'm hoping you're seeing all of this. I'm trying to rearrange my life while I'm doing this into being able to see everything on that. I think that's it. All right, I don't like right here, so I'm going to fix this a little bit here. A little bit. Kind of got a mess there for a little bit there. All right. Really nice sled looking. All right, let's use some bronze now. Oh, I don't know if it's bronze. What's it called? It's called Rich Espresso. I was thinking that would be a really good bottom for the wow, I need to stir that up really good. It's metallic, so I wanted to have that be the ski part. So we'll move it up here. See if I made that. Oh yes, that's going to be beautiful. Beautiful metallic. I don't know, you can't see that. I don't have it there. I should put it up here, huh? Because you can see it. All right, so there's some metallic that I want to use on the sled part, skis, sled, whatever you want to call it. I think the whole thing is the sled. These are the skis of the sled. So I'm not worried about too much on this project. This is kind of simple. We're going to get into a lot of stenciling in just a few minutes when we do the skate rental or the sleigh rides. I had a choice. I have skates and I have the sled. So I decided on the sled, and then I just made a mistake and said the wrong thing. It's all right. You will probably see the skate rentals later one of these days. This is pretty cool. This is my first live on YouTube. And I hope everything's going fine on your end. I appreciate those people that, hi, Christy. It's a darling pattern, isn't it? This is awesome. So I have enjoyed learning, even though my brain has been stuck lately. I don't know if you know. Lots of you know what's going into my life, but this isn't Facebook, so I'm not going to say much about that. But learning is hard when your brain is full. You know, stress has a lot to do with how you can learn. And I know that as an educator, I knew that. So when kids come to school without eating, or they're worried about what happened at home last night and mom and dad and whether or not they're going to be there to pick them up after school, all those kinds of things. Stress does a hard thing on people in their life. And I have been under stress. So it has taken me a bit to learn this, but I have done it. I'm proud of myself for doing that. Changing things around a little bit, doing something new. Growing my business, trying to get it to the next point. And it's awesome. So now I'm out of the camera. There I go again. See, you guys, that's the stuff that I'm used to, the camera being on me and not on the thing. So I've got to work on that. All right. So I want to add one extra thing and then we'll let it all dry. And that is, I'm going to add some silver dots in between the harlequin things. I think it just brings out so much fun things. I'm going to use what is a daughter. You know, I have lots of these, but I like this size one. This one's from the Dollar Tree. So you would be able to find this little daughter at the Dollar Tree. Now, one thing about dotting is it won't be the same if you don't dip it in every time. So if you want the same dot, then you're going to dip every time. And you want to make sure you go down and up and down and up so that you have the same dot on every one of those entrance points that you're looking at. I probably could have gone with the harlequin just a little bit farther down to the edge of the this things down here. So I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to do these dots might close it off for me. So I'm just going to do dots on the ends of these ones. And I think those are all the ones that I can get a dot got out of whack there a little bit. I think that's it. Okay. Just going to wipe that off. Put that back in my... Alrighty. So we're going to let that dry because dotting makes... See how cute those dots are? They are awesome. So we're going to go and let this dry while we work on the other part of the project. So I love this board, but it's too dark, if you know what I mean. It has a cord on it already. So I'm going to do a little bit of whitewash on it. Got some old paint, older, drier paint, and my brush is kind of dry. And I'm just watering it down a little bit. and I'm going to put most of it on this paper towel, and I'll go back to this paper towel to get more. And I'm just going to take a swipe at this. The edges are always much better because you are coming up, and so you come up, and it takes the paint off of the rest of the brush. And so I'm going to, got one more rung to do. I kind of like it. I'm going to work on some things in the middle. And then the edges, I think I need to, I'm going to have to get some more paint out here. So let me get some paint out here. And I'm going to water it. It's not as dry as the other was, but that's okay. I'm going to mix it up a little bit more. And I'm going to wipe it off in my paper towel. And I'm going to pull it. And I missed some of these other areas. I think I wanted them a little bit darker. Let me put it this way so you can see better. This one down here got a little bit too dark. So you might be thinking, what am I going to, how am I going to put this together? Well, I'm going to put that skate on this board. It's going to be hanging off of the board a little bit, but it's, I'm going to put it on here. And I might do it down here where I've got all this white that I don't want. I do, however, need to plug in my glue gun or I'll forget. I'm not going to use just hot glue because in my area of the country, if you use hot glue, sometimes it melts it and doesn't stick in the heat of the day, or sometimes even in the cold it doesn't. So I think I'm going to take my paper towel and wipe this one down a little bit because it got really thick. I didn't want it that thick. I'm just going to do all of that. But I think that gave it a little bit better color. So if we were to take this on here and just place it like this, where it's hanging down, you see, it's going to be, that's going to look nice. All right, so I'm going to use this stencil right here, Vintage Sleigh Rides. I have not used this ever before, and it's old, so I need to put my stencil brush in a wet paper towel so that it will wake up when I'm done. And I need to open my stencil here. My X-Acto knife is in my that box kind of over to the side, and I don't want to turn around and get it, so I'm just going to use the scissors and open it that way and not worry about it too much. But so I like this, the St. Nick's thing too. Since I'm putting a sleigh on it, I am not going to use this sleigh at the top. And I probably will put sleigh rides all the way up at the top. And use this other stuff later. So let's use some tape. Tape is your friend when you're stenciling. And I don't want any of this right yet. I will use it to embellish it when I'm done. I'm going to cover up all of this bottom here. And I wish sleigh rides were a quarter. I mean, most of us know that sleigh rides nowadays are not a quarter. I think when we went to Quebec, they had a guy was doing like a sleigh ride, horse-drawn buggy type thing, and he wanted $200 for a ride around the town. It was in Old Town in Quebec, and we said, I don't think so. And we just walked anyway, so it's okay. Now, the problem with this is sleigh does not fit on just one rung, and neither does rides, but it'll work out. It'll be okay. I don't think I'm going to use the 25 cents, you guys. It's just unrealistic, and it's just something that I don't want on my sign. So we'll just use sleigh rides, the words, right now. And I'm going to use black because I want it to stand out. And Donna, I filled my black so it's not going to spit on me. Okay, great. There is always a learning curve, and I'm in it right now. I'm trying to make sure that this is even. And I will use nope, I want to use a big 5/8 brush for this one as well. So I'm going to use in black. I'll put you back down just to the solo so you can see what I'm doing there. So here is the black. I'm going to put my brush in there, make sure I have plenty on the brush. And I'm going to offload on my paper towel just like I did the other part, the green. And I'm going to start up here at the top. And I might have to do 2 coats. But you notice where the marks are, you're only going to be able to see some of the lettering because of the slants, but you can tell that's an S, right? Okay, it needs 2 coats. Okay, load on, load off. Let's do the rest. Here we go. The H is the only thing that's going to be an issue, and I might move that up and just put it up so you can see it. We'll check it out in just a minute. Need more paint. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. I don't have a runny nose. I don't know why I sniffed. Okay, let's look at that. Yeah, the H is going to need to be helped. So I'm going to do the second coat. 2 light coats are better than 1 heavy coat because then you won't have bleed through. So you just want 2 light coats. And if you do it light, the paint will dry almost immediately. You won't have any dry time that is too long of a dry time. And you want to just increase your pressure on your brush until you feel like you need more paint. You don't need more paint until you see that it's just not coming off anymore. And then you start lightly and you do a little bit of pressure along the way, a little bit more pressure along the way. Okay, now you can see what it says, sleigh rides. Just the H here needs a little more help. So I'm just going to go up a little bit and just add that crossbar because it will add, so you can see the H. See, the H looks so much better now, right? Okay, I have a spot where it wasn't dry, and I just put that over top of it, and I'm just going to wipe it up and fix it. It's going to be all right. It's a dark background. It's all right. It'll dry better. Okay, let me get my detail brush out, and I am going to close the all the bridges of each of these letters because I want it to be completely pretty, like it's a letter, without the brushes or the bridges showing. And not all of them have bridges. The eyes don't, so we don't have to worry about that. So, thank you very much, Christy. All right, bridge here. Usually on my Facebook, I sing "Closing in the bridges, closing in the bridges," but I don't know. I know I could probably sing the whole song on here, and nobody would care because it's YouTube. Alrighty. So, because I have so much color in the sled, I think I'm going to go over to the side over here. That's going to look so nice. You see that, you guys? Can you see that whole thing? Let me bring it up just a little bit off of here so you can see the whole thing. There we go. My new camera thing is interesting, to say the least. Okay, so you see that now? That looks really good on the side. I like that on the side, and it'll be braced really well. So we need to do stuff over here and maybe here. And on the thing, it has some snowflakes and some lines. Boy, it's hard to get the tape off of here today. It has snowflakes and lines. It has the 25 cents, but I'm not going to use that. But it does have these words, these other words, which I'm interested in. I just dropped some paint that I might want to use. I have to pick it up in just a minute. I'm clear over to the side of my desk. I'm having to think about how I'm really setting this up a little bit better next time. All right. Now I'm going to keep this one because I'm going to put it on top of that R, because I don't want the R messing with the rest of those bottom things. So warm cocoa and cozy blankets. I love that. Oh, there was black on the back of that. Dang. Good thing the background is so different. Huh. Stencil was not dry on the back. It is now, of course, because it was on there. All right, so if I were to put, let me put this where I'm going to put it. And I could do warm cocoa right here, maybe even to there. And then cozy blankets down there. Let's do that. So about underneath that R. Let's see what that looks like. There's warm cocoa. I love how they put cocoa on there. Cocoa. And I'm going to dry that. Just so I don't have another problem. And of course, I have a problem, and I need my X-Acto knife. I thought I had it here, but I don't see it. I must have changed the position of it. I was going to fix that, but that's all right. And cozy blankets down here. I am lost without my X-Acto knife, and it's gone. I don't know exactly where it is. I usually use it to get rid of some of the some of the paint kind of gets overage here. And this is just not helping it too much at all. Okay, we're gonna do again. I'm going to fill in the bridges again. Too big of a brush to this time. Too big of a brush. Let me go little. There's my little one. And I'm going to fill in these bridges. Need some water in my black because my black is too tight. There we go. All right, and then I just have it on the O's. A. And then the and is beautiful. It's a beautiful and. And you can't even see it. I'm trying, you guys. I've got to figure out how to do this a little bit better. As I go, I'll get better. I know that's how I was when I first started Facebook. I had to learn about all the ways, everything needed to be fixed, and the setup. So I am a sign maker, if you didn't know that. I use essential stencils for a sign making. And this is just a little sign compared to some of the ones that I do. But I would love you to join me on my YouTube channel. I'm going to try to do this at least once a week. And see if I can inspire you or teach you or any of those things on how to stencil and make signs. I do craft a little bit here and there, but I will leave that for Facebook. And I think I'm going to use some red now and some bright white. So I think I would like to put some of this banner. It's going to get covered up down here, but I think some of this line here. Just need a small brush. I use my red just out of the lid. And do the lines here. I only want to go to that corner. I don't want to go up farther than that corner. I'm going to do this one and do it to this corner. That's probably going to be covered up anyway, so with the sled. And over here, I want to go over a little bit farther than what it said it is. Do the same thing with just the little part on this slat that will work on the slat. And do the corner. That's what I'm going to do there. So there I have those. And then I'm going to put let's put some silver. I'm going to use a non-essential stencil brush, but this is from the Stencil Smith. I love this. This is a little 3/8 inch. It's really tiny. It'll get in those little spaces. I don't have to tape so much. So I want to go here and put those on that part right there. See if they show up. Oh yes, oh yes. Okay, same thing over here. Show up. And they have one have another one. Let me dry all of that before I get something else messed up. And my time is about up. I can't believe it. 2:51, but I'm going to finish. $2:51. I'm going to finish. All right, I want to use this snowflake right here. I'm going to lay it right here. There's one. I think another one. I think around my lettering it needs to be just a little bit happier. It's kind of dark and dreary. Even on the top. See that over there? You see that? I did that over there. And of course I got silver other places instead of where it's supposed to be. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use a combination of thick and quick. This is quick and thick, sorry. Tight bond. And hot glue to put this on. Now I haven't painted the back. I'm not going to worry about it until I see what's on the bottom, and I'll paint the back on the bottom. So I'm going to take my quick and thick, which is very thick and hard to get out sometimes, but it is easier to use. And this is permanent glue, okay? And then I'm going to use my hot glue. And I'm not going to mix it. I'm just going to go around where it's not. You could use wood glue as well because you are putting wood to wood. I want to do it right. There, boy, that stuck. That stuck fast. Didn't even have a chance to really make sure it was right, but it's okay. It's good. So here is my sign for today. Sleigh rides with a sleigh. I think it's beautiful. I think it worked out right. Yeah, I could even raise it really much higher, and I probably could. But then it makes it go farther over to the side, Melanie. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. It is beautiful. Thank you so much. And I'll spray this, and it'll be ready for sale at the Christmas market coming up. I'm so excited. So I appreciate everybody who was on here today. I thank you very much for coming. And I don't think you can share me, but you can tell people about me and get it out there to subscribe. I'd love to have as many people as I can on my YouTube. If I'm on every week, I think it'll be a great idea. So here we are with our sled and our sleigh rides, and it was a great project from Essential Stencil. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, next on the hop of Take 5 is our lovely Melanie at Painting Crafty. And she just mentioned it on, oh, you can share my YouTube channel? Well, do it. And she is probably just getting ready. I'm a little bit early. You know, one of the things that I'm thinking, I'm looking at this right now saying, well, maybe I need to put some black or maybe I need to put some snow along here. What do you think about that? The snow along the bottom of the, maybe just black, just to make it stand out a little bit. I think it's a little flat. It needs to have some, Jeannie would know that, needs to have some movement in it. So, I'll have to see what I can do about that. And maybe just some snow along the edge of the sled thing there. Maybe that would be good. Yeah, I think either one of them. I think I need to fix one of them. I do have a black, I have a gray pen. I have a gray pen that might give us some kind of definition. It does a little bit, but maybe not exactly what I had in mind, but it's doable. Look at it. It's pretty, it's doable. I didn't want to use paint because I don't paint straight, you know? That's why I stencil. I don't paint straight. I'm going to have to do a darker color. I have a black something around here somewhere, so. But I'll check it out and work on it and put on my page, on my Facebook page, I'll put show you the finished project. Anyway, so you know what I always say at the end of all my lives? Yeah, see, Jeannie thought that's what it needed to. It needed something there. I'm going to do a little something different, darker, I think. But I'm going to say it here too, and that is, find somebody you can serve today. It'll make your heart happy and theirs as well. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for making it a fun time. Talk to you later.